In the heart of a busy African city lived a young black African woman named Nala. The city was loud, fast, and unforgiving, but Nala had learned how to survive inside it. Every morning she woke up early in her small rented room. The room was simple, with one bed, a small table, and a single window that looked out onto a narrow street. Nala worked at a local restaurant in the city. It was not a fancy place, but it stayed busy from morning until night. She wore a plain apron and worked long hours serving food, cleaning tables, and standing on her feet until her legs ached. At the end of each day, she carefully counted her pocket money and salary. She saved every possible coin. When her shift ended, Nala walked back to her rented house alone. This was her routine every day. Work, save, return home, sleep, repeat. Life was hard, but she never complained. She believed that hard work would one day change her future. One evening, while Nala was working at the restaurant, a young black African man walked in. He was well-dressed, confident, and calm. His name was Kofi. The moment Nala saw him, something inside her changed. She tried to stay focused on her work, but her eyes kept returning to him. Kofi noticed her too. Their eyes met more than once. There was no conversation at first, only silent glances filled with curiosity. Over the next few days, Kofi returned to the restaurant again and again. Slowly, they began to talk. Simple conversations turned into laughter. Laughter turned into connection. With time, love grew between them. They started meeting outside the restaurant. They shared dreams, fears, and stories about life. Nala felt seen for the first time. Kofi promised her a future full of comfort and happiness. She believed him with all her heart. Soon after, they got married. After marriage, Nala left her job at the restaurant. She chose to stay with her husband and focus on their home. At first, life felt beautiful. They lived together, shared meals, and talked about the future. Nala trusted Kofi completely. Years passed. Slowly, cracks began to appear in their relationship. Arguments became frequent, words became sharp. Love turned into distance. During this difficult time, Nala discovered she was pregnant. She hoped the baby would bring them closer. Instead, everything fell apart. Kofi became cold and distant. One day, without warning, he asked for a divorce. Nala was broken. Pregnant, alone, and abandoned, she felt the world collapse around her. Kofi left her and walked away from their life together. With no support, Nala returned to the same restaurant where she once worked. The apron she had left behind was placed back around her waist. She worked through pain, tears, and exhaustion. Her pregnancy grew heavier with each passing day, but she refused to stop. One night while working late, Nala collapsed in pain. An ambulance was called immediately. She was rushed to the hospital. After hours of struggle, she gave birth to a baby boy. She named him Amari. Life became harder, but Nala became stronger. She returned to work soon after. She worked day and night. She saved money. She learned skills. She refused to depend on anyone. Years passed, and Amari grew into a bright and kind boy. He watched his mother work tirelessly and learned the value of strength and honesty. Nala slowly built her own business. What started small became something big. She invested wisely, worked smartly, and never forgot her past. One day, she became a successful and wealthy woman. Her son, Amari, also grew into a successful young man. They had everything they once dreamed of. One day, fate brought Nala face to face with Kofi again. He stood before her, older and full of regret. He saw the woman she had become. He saw the son he had abandoned. Kofi broke down and admitted his mistakes. He asked for forgiveness with tears in his eyes. Nala listened quietly. Her pain was deep, but her heart had learned compassion. For the sake of their son and the truth of their journey, they chose peace. They chose to move forward together, not in weakness, but in understanding. Nala stood strong, not because someone saved her, but because she saved herself. Her journey was no longer about survival, it was about victory.